Greetings and salutations, internet friends, and welcome back to another episode of the First Time Film Club. My name is Emily, your titular, wink, first timer. This is Matthew, my husband, Cinema Sherpa, and viewer submitted title, Movie Jedi.
Nice.
That was submitted by Wendell Bunn. Thank you. You too can submit titles for Matthew by leaving in the comments below. Using hashtag title makes it easier for me to find. And of course we have Pippin. Yeah, you. He's our precious little loaf. He loves naps, sometimes up here, sometimes on the floor. So if he disappears, that's where he went. If you're joining us for the first time today, hello, welcome. We are so happy to have you. What we're doing here is watching our way through a very long list of movies that typically I've never seen, but that Matthew has, i.e. Cinema Sherpa. That being said, dear heart, I know this was one of our most recent Patreon poll winners. What movie are we watching today?
Today we are watching the 1979 science fiction adventure Star Trek: The Motion Picture. And as per usual, I give you the year, genre, and title. You go in with whatever you already know, then we watch the movie and review it. Mm-hmm. So, what do you know about Star Trek: The Motion Picture?
I watched Star Trek we finished Next Generation.
Yeah, so you've seen the original series and you've seen Next Generation.
Mm-hmm. And I've seen the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies. That was actually, watching those was what got me interested in going back and watching the original series. So we need to get back on it. We need to get into Deep Space Nine. Mm-hmm. As far as this movie goes, I'm pretty sure it's got the original cast from the original series and shenanigans ensue. I know that this isn't the one where he goes, God!
You know, this isn't the one?
Correct.
Okay.
That's pretty much what I know. I'm excited. I got my shirt on.
Yeah, me too.
That's Star Wars.
Hmm?
It's Star Wars you're wearing. Star Trek.
Yeah, it's all the same.
And then the internet exploded.
Anyway, are you ready to watch?
I am.
The only other thing for first-time viewers is you may see me with my phone in my hand at some point during the movie. That's because I'm taking notes on things to talk about afterwards. And with that, I'm ready to watch.
All right. Engage. You can't be mad at me. Yes. Stars. Okay, but for real though? Okay. The music was lovely. It was just... Okay. Take a note, please. Oh, God, there's more stars! No! Just stars. Question mark? Okay. Got some Klingons, I think? Yes.
We gotta go.
When did this come out? 79?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Our bad. We messed with the wrong space cloud.
Mm-hmm.
It will pass into Federation space fairly close to us.
Huh?
Heading.
It's on a precise heading for Earth.
Why? Ain't nothing good there. Spock? It's a fun new do. Oh. Oh, damn. Oh, you ain't had to drop it. Goodness. Oh, Spock, ye child of two worlds.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to put him in his pocket and be like, well, I mean, I'll hang on to his shit.
Oh, I love that music so much.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look, there he is.
Report to me on the Enterprise in 1 hour. Report to you, sir. It is my intention to be on that ship following that meeting. Report to me in 1 hour.
Oh, goodness. He's Admiral? So this takes place after.
Oh, yeah.
I just realized I haven't had any caffeine this morning, so I apologize in advance for the yawning.
Admiral, Mr. Scott, we have just finished 18 months redesigning and refitting the Enterprise. How in the name of hell do they expect me to have her ready in 12 hours?
Oh, in the name of hell.
An alien object of unbelievable destructive power is less than 3 days away from this planet. The only starship in interception range is the Enterprise. Ready or not, she launches in 12 hours.
Oh, goodness.
And the engines are not even testing at warp power.
Oh, my goodness.
They gave her back to me, Scotty.
Gave her back, sir? I doubt it was that easy, Mr. Gore. You're right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this music makes me happy.
Jerry Goldsmith, you brilliant bastard.
Okay, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to go ahead and get it out of the way, and y'all can be mad at me. The shots are holding too long. I understand that this is like a huge deal. It's the first movie that they did. Cultural phenomenon. But like...
It's moving a little too slow.
It's moving a little too slow. Like, we've been on this establishing scene for way too long. Oh my god. Maybe it's just this is it. Like they're setting the scale of everything.
I'll say this much. You're not alone in that thought.
Okay.
Captain, Starfleet just signaled your transfer of command orders, sir.
Captain, I appreciate the welcome.
Oh.
Epsilon 9 is monitoring the intruder. Keep a channel open.
Aye, sir.
Where's Captain Decker?
Engineering's here. He doesn't know.
Ooh. Doesn't know about the entity or doesn't know that he's losing control of the ship?
Admiral Kirk. Oh, we're getting a top brass send-off. Don't worry, she'll launch on schedule. We have to tow her out with our bare hands.
I gotta go.
You're what? I'm replacing you as captain of the Enterprise.
You could have done that a little more tactfully.
Transporter room, come in, urgent. It's too late, they're beaming now.
Uh-oh. Who's getting scrambled? That's not good. That's not good.
No, it's
That's
not.
how you get globs and gobs of people.
They're losing their pattern.
Oh no, they're forward.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh shit.
That's gotta be a rough way to go.
You have them. What we got back didn't live long.
Why would you say...
There was nothing you could have done, Rand. It wasn't your fault.
Say that with a little bit more sincerity.
We have to replace Commander Solak. I'd still like a Vulcan there, if possible. There's no one who's fully rated on this design. You are, Mr. Decker. I'm afraid you're going to have to double as science officer.
He looks like Starship Troopers.
Casper Van Dien?
That. He kind of has a Casper Van Dien-esque vibe about him.
Our orders are to intercept, investigate, take whatever action is necessary. Enterprise, they could be mistaking our scans as a hostile act.
Uh-oh. No. No. I'm sorry.
You're trying.
I shouldn't laugh. Oh, you look like a frog.
Dog signals clear, Captain. Reply, we are holding position awaiting final crew replacements.
Aye, sir.
I don't like these uniforms.
The navigator, Lieutenant Ilea.
You're also not alone in that thought.
Yeah, they look like dumb pajamas.
I was stationed on a lieutenant's home planet some years ago.
Commander Decker?
Yes, our exec and science officer. Captain Kirk has the utmost confidence in me.
Come on, man. Don't be a dick.
And in you too, Lieutenant.
My oath of celibacy is on record, Captain.
Oh. I heard about you, Kirk. Off.
Keep it in your pants, Kurt.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see to it that he beams up.
Man, I don't see what happened. Oh, no. This is Bones. Oh. Do what?
Your revered Admiral Nagoro,
invoked a little-known, seldom-used reserve activation clause. They drafted me.
Bones is a thing out there.
Why is any object we don't understand always called a thing?
Man, I got disco fever.
Come on,
You
man.
had to call me in on this.
You know your Bee Gees tribute band wasn't going to make it.
And they probably redesigned the whole sick bay, too. I know engineers, they love to change things.
You're not wrong.
Yep. I see you as a bit of a bones man.
Yeah, might have a little bones in me.
Head warp 0.5.
Oh, we haven't tested warp drive yet.
It's borderline on the simulator, Captain. I cannot guarantee that she'll hold up.
Warp drive, Mr. Scott.
Oh, God. Y'all better flip your Reese's covers up, because it's going to get rough. Does look like Reese's cups. Oh!
Mr. Decker.
Wormhole distortion is overloaded the main power systems. Navigation defective inoperative, Captain.
Bones is like, damn it, I knew I should have come back.
Yep.
Mr. Jackal. Stand by on bases.
Oh. Oh, no. What?
Photon torpedoes.
Okay.
Negative damage reported, Captain. No casualties reported, Doctor.
Wrong, Mr. Chekhov. There are casualties. My wits.
Mr. Decker, I'd like to see you in my quarters.
Mind if I tag along, Captain?
I love it. Bones is like, man, I ain't here of my own volition, so I'm going to say whatever the hell I want to. He's like, please discharge me.
Sir, the Enterprise redesign increases phaser power by channeling it through the main engines. When they went into antimatter imbalance, the phasers were automatically cut off.
You ram getting this command down Starfleet's throat. You've used this emergency to get the Enterprise back.
Bones coming in laying down truth and shit.
Signal from a Federation-registered long-range shuttle, sir.
Is this SPAC? Hello, it's SPAC. You let me in? I'm sorry.
What?
I don't know.
Why, it's Mr.
Spock. Commander, if I may.
Okay. You're gonna say hello?
Mr. Spock. Well, so help me, I'm actually pleased to see you.
Thanks to Mr. Spock's timely arrival and assistance, we have the engines rebalanced into full warp capacity.
Deus Ex Spockina. Hey.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Spock, you haven't changed a bit.
Hmm.
You're just as warm and sociable as ever.
Gentlemen, at last report, you were on Vulcan.
If you are referring to the Kolinar, you are correct.
The Kolinar is also a discipline you broke to join us. Will you please sit down?
Freaking me out, man.
Yeah. You're already tall enough.
On Vulcan, I began sensing a consciousness from a source more powerful than I have ever encountered.
If this superintelligence is as important to him as he says it is, how do we know?
That he wouldn't put his own interests ahead of the ship's.
I could never believe that.
Captain, we are being scanned.
Do not return scan, Mr. Spock.
I suspect there's an object at the heart of that cloud.
Okay. It sounds like the loosest strings you can have on a bass. Just wow, 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 wow.
Systems overloading, Captain.
Uh-oh. 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 Oh, no.
I can stop this pain.
Well, is that going to interfere with your duty?
Thank you.
What'd you do? What'd you do? I don't know how Deltons work.
Impact in 20 seconds.
Spock.
15 seconds.
You could hurry it up a bit.
Spock.
Transmit now.
Oh.
It would seem our friendship messages have been received and understood, Mr. Spock.
I would say that was a logical assumption, Captain.
I advise caution, Captain. We can't withstand another attack.
That thing is 20 hours away from Earth. We know nothing about it as yet.
Moving into that cloud at this time is an unwarranted gamble.
How do you define unwarranted?
Yeah, I'm with you, Kirk.
You asked my opinion, sir.
Yeah, I ain't asked you to be a pussy. Sorry.
You make a fine captain.
I believe in tough love. Oh. I feel like I could enjoy this if I were elevated. Oh. I am curious to know how they did all of this. Was this all just computer generated, or was some of this like glass aquarium filled with water and paint and swirly dude? Oh shit. Is that Omicron? Unicron? Which one is it? I just hurt you so much right now. Please love me.
I want to take that Transformers DVD case and smack you upside the head with it.
Beat you with it. Man, didn't we just see this? Hold on. Guys, this is a little ridiculous. Uh-oh. It's another one of them things.
A probe from their vessel, Captain.
A probe.
Don't interfere with it.
Wasn't planning on it, but
Yeah.
It's taking control of the computer.
He said, get out the way. Oh, no. What you gonna do? Nope. Uh-oh.
Captain, we've been seized by a tractor beam.
Engineering, disengage all main drive systems.
And say, hell, we here. Float on in there. I'm the greatest captain Starfleet never had.
holy
Any show of resistance would be futile, Captain.
We don't know that, Mr. Spock.
Yes, we do.
Why are you opposed to trying?
Because I don't want to get blown up. Our mission is to come out here and learn about this thing. We can't do that from sitting outside its cloud. Get with the program, homie. I love that Bones' job in this movie is to show up and give like, kind of grumpy face and then leave.
Captain, the aperture is closing. We're trapped, sir.
That's fine. That might as well happen. I like that she called that an aperture and not what it really is.
It's an aperture.
A sphincter.
Intruder alert.
Uh-oh.
I've been programmed by V'ger to observe and record normal functions of the carbon-based units infesting USS Enterprise.
Well,
Why does V'ger travel to the third planet of the solar system directly ahead?
To find the creator.
you looking for God?
That probe in another form is what killed Ilea.
Commander, we're locked in an alien vessel, 6 hours from Earth orbit. Our only contact with our captor is that probe. If we can control it, persuade it, use it.
Oh, Lord of mercy. He said, good luck with that.
Carry on with your assignment, Mr. Decker.
Aye, sir.
He gonna bang that robot. He gonna bend over a desk at one point and says, so you're a probe, right? Sorry. I'm sorry.
Look, this creator V'ger is looking for. What is it?
V'ger does not know.
Then why go to Earth?
Airlock 4 has been opened. A thruster suit is reported missing.
Get a fix on his position.
Oh, Lord, there he goes. Oh, boy. Wait, what?
I'm seeing images of planets, moons, stars, whole galaxies all stored here, recorded. It could be a representation of V'ger's entire journey.
Well, that's upsetting. Oh, well.
Ilea. I must try to mind meld with it.
Oh, must you?
He must.
Spock.
Spock's saying some things.
A life form of its own, conscious, living entity. V'ger has knowledge that spans this universe. This simple feeling is beyond V'ger's comprehension. It's asking questions. Is this all that I am? Is there nothing more?
My man's out here looking for God. Yeah, of course that's the question he's asking.
Starfleet computes the devices orbiting the planet.
They're the same things that hit us.
The Creator has not answered. The carbon unit infestation is to be removed from the Creator's planet.
Oh.
Jim, V'ger's saying its creator is a machine.
Does this machine have a face so I can punch it?
Mm-hmm. If not, I'll punch you, lady. I'd do that too.
V'ger is a child,
Yeah.
instinctively needing.
Needing what?
It knows only that it needs, Commander. But like so many of us, it does not know what.
Damn. All right. Well, that's the most insightful spot on Spock-ism that I've heard thus far.
The carbon unit's information cannot be disclosed to V'ger's probe, but only to V'ger, directly.
Always pulling you into his buttholes.
Spock.
Oh. Oh, that's not good.
Not for us.
Captain, not for us. For V'ger. I wait for V'ger as I would for a brother.
Oh.
I read an oxygen gravity envelope forming outside the Enterprise.
I've located the source of V'ger's radio signal. It's directly ahead.
That transmitter is a vital link between V'ger and its creator.
Carbon units will now provide V'ger with the required information.
Tell him. Say, I have your answer. The answer is 42.
V'ger.
I gotta tell you, V'ger looked like some redneck engineering. Like, that thing just looks slapped together.
Or maybe just some very early interstellar technology.
Nah, we got a couple of air conditioning units over there. What's that? Oh, wait a minute. Is this V Johnny? Voyager.
This was launched more than 300 years ago.
Collect all data possible.
Learn all that is learnable. Return that information to its creator.
Ah. Alright, these sounds, it sounds like they took a piece of plexiglass, put some microphones under it, and dropped like balls on it.
We are the creator. We will make it possible for you to complete your programming.
We have just received the response code, Captain.
Voyager is not transmitting its data, Captain.
Oh, bad.
The Creator must join with V'ger.
Oh. You gotta get Decker out of the way so that we can have more movies, so go ahead. Take one for the team, homie. Bang that robot.
To touch the creator.
Capture God. V'ger's liable to be in for one hell of a disappointment. What V'ger needs in order to evolve is a human quality.
Joining with its creator might accomplish that.
You mean this machine wants to physically join with a human? Is that possible?
Decker, don't. Jim, I want this. As much as you wanted the Enterprise,
Oh.
I want this.
I really want to bang that robot. Oh my god, he turned him into a vampire.
Just no.
I got jokes. Let's get the out of here.
Bones was the first one to turn around and be like, oh, gotta go.
Did we just see the beginning of a new life form?
Yes, Captain.
Well, it's been a long time since I delivered a baby.
I think we gave it the ability to create its own sense of purpose out of our own human weaknesses.
Well, that's terrifying.
Mr. Scott, shall we give the Enterprise a proper shakedown?
I would say it's time for that, sir. Aye.
Mr. Sulu, ahead warp one.
Warp one, sir.
Where are we going?
Coming, sir.
Out there.
No.
That way.
Well, that way.
I love it. Like massive entity, galaxy destroying, creature. No debriefing, no nothing. We're just gonna zip on back out there.
Where are you going? Over yonder?
Over yonder? We gotta boldly go, okay? Alright. Oh, the human adventure is just beginning. Nice.
So, that was Star Trek, the motion picture. Overall thoughts?
Highlight of the movie was by far the music.
Okay.
It was great. It hit me with a little bit of nostalgia. I will go ahead and say, I know if you watch the full length reaction here, I was yawning a lot. I am struggling pretty hard this morning with my lack of caffeine. And I don't know, I've been having a real rough ADHD day. So keeping my attention focused was an ordeal.
Okay.
Particularly because of some of the long shots. I have to assume that other people, that is a point of contention for other people as well.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It was a point of contention for a lot of people. A lot of people brought it up.
Like this could have been an hour and a half, a tight, good, solid, good movie if we would have cut down on the length of some of those. I'm sorry, please continue.
Oh, one of the main people that share your opinion was Will Shatner.
Okay.
It was said that when he first saw it at the premiere, he was very surprised and taken aback at how sluggish and slow it played, and he thought it was the death of the franchise.
Not the death of the franchise.
That's what he thought. The quote I read from him was said, well, that's it. We gave it our best. He's like, we gave it our best. It wasn't good. It'll never happen again.
Oh, no.
But it's like years later, I read another interview said, yeah, well, shows what I know.
Well, so I think if it stood on its own, that would have been the end of it. But because they had such a successful series to back it, the lore speaks for itself. You know what I mean? Sometimes how the story is told isn't your favorite, but you sit through it because the lore has a special place in your heart. So I think that's kind of where this went. Some of the special effects were interesting. Some of them were a little hokey, but I mean, it's 79. Like, I'm not holding too much over their head. Mostly the instances where it was like a single body out in space, like that was when I was just like, looks stupid. But I was like, calm down, Emily, calm down. Loved getting to see all the characters. Loved to get to see Spock come in. Loved to learn the origins of Futurama episode.
Yeah.
Johnny.
When they said V'ger, I was kind of like afraid that was going to give it away. That was one thing I was afraid of, and another thing that I was like excited to see your reaction to when they actually uncovered it was a Voyager probe. Like, oh, this is where Futurama got it from. Of course it is.
Yeah, of course it is. And then I guess like my last overall thought was he banged that robot. Yes, he did. So I win.
Well,
I win.
Good for you.
Yeah, good for me. Good for me. Let's hit your notes, because I can imagine you got a few notes for this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess one thing I'll pick up on is you said that you watched this basically because you're a fan. Like you love the lore, like it has a special place in your heart. This is something that means something to you. I don't know if this would have happened without fans, because it was a woman and her husband who started a letter writing campaign to get the studio to keep producing Star Trek for a third season. That actually, like, that letter writing campaign got them to keep going.
Yeah.
And she, Bjo Trimble, was actually in this movie as a extra in the scene where Captain Kirk is first debriefing everybody. Like, we're going to investigate this thing.
The big crowd or the
big crowd.
Okay.
So that was pretty cool. And speaking of, I don't know if you know this, or I don't know if many people know this. Do you know who you have to thank for Star Trek ever getting created or being put on air in the first place?
Yes. Lucille Ball.
Yep.
And Desi Arnaz.
Yep.
Yeah.
She and Desi had their own studio, Desilu Studios, and Gene Roddenberry came to them. And from what I read, she misunderstood it at first. When they said Star Trek, she pictured like the stars, the celebrities that would go on USO tours, like a Trek. But even after it was explained to her in more detail, she's like, yeah, we're doing it.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I love that. Are you proud of me?
Yes.
I remembered you saying that from a long time ago. And I was like, oh, it's Redhead. Who is she? Love her. Lucy. That was my brain.
You got it. Let's see. Speaking of other like people who had an effect on Star Trek as a whole, I guess, or especially this movie anyway, whenever they were like doing the writing of the final scenes and like basically what V'ger was on it, Gene Roddenberry and the studio executives clashed quite a bit because the studio executives they believed that the idea of a living machine with consciousness was too far-fetched.
What?
And so they were going back and forth about it. So
did you not watch 2001? I'm sorry.
So the executives consulted with Isaac Asimov, and they said if he says it's plausible, then that original ending can stay.
Oh, okay.
And of course he loved it. I think that I read the only nitpick he had about it was the use of the term wormhole. He's like, oh, yeah. My dude. He said, I feel like it would be more of a temporal tunnel.
Duder, come on.
Let's see. Oh, another thing you picked on quite a bit were the uniforms.
Oh, good Lord. Like, what? Why? Just why? Like, why did they decide, let's go from this nice, makes sense, color-coordinated staffing thing, and instead just do drab-ass polyester? Do it.
I'm glad you said drab. And also, that's another thing that you're not alone in that thought. One of the main ones was Nichelle Nichols. She hated the uniforms.
Nobody looked good in them.
Well, from her, she said that the unisex drab look was not Uhura.
Yeah.
The rest of the cast also hated the uniforms because they were difficult to get out of. They were apparently required assistance to get out of. And Will Shatner hated them because apparently at this time he had started wearing a girdle. And at some parts you can see the lines of that. So he disliked it very much, and it actually became one of the stipulations for the actors that if they returned for another movie, not to have those uniforms.
Yeah, like, good call.
I say, oh, we got to see some Klingons. You correctly named those in the beginning.
Question, was this the first instance of like the Klingons as we know them?
Like the newly redesigned
with the ridges and like they have their own actual look.
Pretty sure, because I think the Klingons from the original series were more.
Yeah, they just look like
humanoid, like much more human-like.
I think they had like fun eyebrows, and I think that's about it. Maybe their hairline went back, but anyways, sorry.
But I do know this was the first instance of hearing the Klingon language spoken.
Oh.
James Doohan, Scotty, is the one that came up with the lines.
Oh.
And later on, a linguist, basically, who created the Klingon language, like a dictionary, all the rules, syntax, everything, used these original lines to like base it all off of.
I love that. So, because that was a thing I was going to ask, because I was like, I know Klingon is a language, like it's fully fleshed. Did that come during this, or did this base that? So, okay, now I know. I'm learning so much. Yay!
Yeah, like originally it just came up with the lines, and they were kind of like gibberish, but then the linguist created it based off of those lines. So retroactively, it makes those not gibberish; they're actually correct.
I love that. Also love these beans. Oh, yeah, you gotta hide them from me, bud. You know that.
Okay, so I know I wore this shirt as like a bit, but there's also another reason to it, and that's because the first Star Wars movie had a pretty big effect on the first Star Trek movie. Like, what would be a contrast that you think between the two? What's the first thing that comes to mind? Like, what's different between this movie and Star Wars?
God. I mean, the biggest difference is like the purpose of, Star Trek is more science and exploration based and just kind of expanding our knowledge, whereas Star Wars is a bit of a soap opera. I mean, the best possible way,
You're not wrong, but the main thing that Gene Roddenberry didn't want to do was basically have a lot of flash and action.
Mhm.
He wanted more elevated, sophisticated ideas
Yeah.
around like science fiction and like sentient machine, things
It's
like that. So
yes, so like you saw some effects, but even those effects were much more, I don't want to say tame, but they weren't actiony, you know?
yeah. And that was a big effect it had. It basically pushed him away from any of that to avoid that kind of comparison and like to try to claim that he was just cashing in on that. And
Gotcha. Okay.
Can you imagine this movie without Spock?
I mean, no. If the purpose was to bring all of the, the original cast back, no, that would have been a huge miss for me.
Leonard Nimoy, I don't know about Spock. Maybe they would have tried to recast. But Leonard Nimoy almost wasn't in it because he actually had a lawsuit against Paramount Studios at the time.
Oh.
Because they had given his likeness away to be used in advertisements without his consent. And he didn't know about it until he was at a party, I think, in London, and Henry Fonda told him, like, joking around, like, I hope you made a lot of money off those ads. And he's like, what ads?
Yeah.
And then come to find out, they had given his, like, Spock appearance to Heineke.
Heineke?
So, yeah.
Beer.
There are a lot of ads and billboards and things with Spock selling Heineke.
Okay. It's like the last thing that I would think to associate Spock with, but all right.
So one of his stipulations for coming back was they had to settle the lawsuit.
Yeah.
Which they did.
Yeah, smart. I'm sorry, I already hear it. Choosing any other beer is illogical. So there it is.
Sounds about right. Leonard Nimoy had one other stipulation for coming back, and it was actually William Shatner's stipulation through Leonard Nimoy.
Okay.
So you know Yeoman Rand?
Yeah.
You saw her. She's an original series, but she was fired. Apparently, it was due to, from what I've read, it was due to her being sexually assaulted by an executive and then being fired to cover it up.
Oh my God.
And then she had struggles after that, but Will Shatner kept in contact with her and always felt she was unfairly treated, like just unfairly at first, and then he found out the reason why. He called Leonard Nimoy and got him to use his bargaining position and leverage to get her a role back in the movie.
Very nice, boys. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. See, that's pretty much most of the notes I have. I have the one you had me take that just said stars.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a continuing thing. That was weird, though, because it was just the stars and the music, and then it did the Paramount thing, and then it came back in with the intro. So, I don't know. That was weird.
Was there anything else you wanted to talk about, discuss?
No, we pretty much talked about all the things that I was like, about.
Well, let's go to ratings.
Okay.
You go first.
Okay. I think that I will give this a 7.5. If the things that we talked about would have occurred, like if it would have been a little bit tighter on some of the pacing and the editing, if we would have not had those gaudy, awful, they weren't even gaudy, they were just weird looking uniforms. The story itself was interesting, but it was just such a slow burn. Overall, 7.5 for me. What about you?
6 for me.
6, okay. Oof. Pippin, what would you rate this one? 10 to boldly go beans. 10 to boldly go beans. Okay. All right. That tracks. I'm proud of you. You did a great job. Well, there you go, gang. A 7.5, 6, 10 to boldly go beans. Y'all let us know, what would you rate this one? If you have any tidbits, behind the scenes information, definitely let us know. We'd love to read that. And just in general, let us know how we're doing. We always appreciate a little feedback. That's all from me. Anything else from you?
I'm good.
Pippin's asleep. Y'all take care, and we will see you next time with another first time. Bye.